I'm Jazrael Emil Kavan, and you have been listening to my radio station. And the power and the divinity and authority that God has given me to speak the word is amazing to me. After the life I've had, after the struggles I have gone through, I begin to see the world as refusing to follow what we have always been taught, which is faith is important in everything that we do. That we must have morals and ethics. I used to get hour-long discussions before I got beat and abused. But those discussions stayed within my mind. Those things stayed with me. I was taught to be a rebel. I have become a rebel in every way. I'm like a firefighter. I'm the first one on the scene. I'm like a postman. I deliver rain, sleet, or snow. I deliver 9 times out of 10 on my promises. I give what I have to those in need because that's who I am. That's who I will always be. There is nothing greater to me than bringing a smile to someone's face. To see somebody lighten up with enthusiasm when they hear something new, something bold, something on the edge. I remember a conversation at work, and we were talking about religion, and the young girl, she was a Christian, and she asked me, how can I be Christian and Buddhist at the same time? And I tried to explain to her that Buddhism is not actually a religion. It's a supplement to the religion that you believe in. It helps you understand the suffering of the human body, the suffering of the soul, the heart, and the mind. It begins to teach you ways to deal with your everyday life, to center yourself, to become humble. And she asked me a question when I said to her that I don't worry about going to heaven. I'd rather stand outside the gates of heaven than to actually go in. She asked me because I was Buddhist and Christian that I think I was going to hell. And I responded to her, nobody knows who's going to hell. But I know I am taught to show love from the Buddhist half and the Christian half. I know that I must discipline myself from the Buddhist half and the Christian half. I know that I must place my faith in those who look like they deserve it from my Christian half and my Buddhist half. I know that I am supposed to help the less fortunate from my Buddhist half to my Christian half. There's so many common threads that are woven in. Buddhism is just a different way of understanding how to see and how to hear, how to control what's going on in your life so that you don't overload. Half the things we do Buddhist things. When we refuse to kill the spider and we get a piece of paper and guide it outside so it can remain living, that's being Buddhist. Believing everything must have a life. If we kill nothing, nothing to say to me is a powerful thing. Because when I do what I do, when I go out into the community, when I go out and take my trips, it amazes me how many people have not looked at the word of the Bible the way I have. They can't see it. They see the words. They understand the precepts and the laws, but they don't understand the spirit of the law. They don't understand how it connects and lives through them. Their foundations are weak. Therefore, their house continuously falls. Their temple continuously falls. Because you're not building on a foundation of something. In my life, I built my foundation on truth. NSJT, no secrets, just truth. Because I knew the truth was strong enough to uphold every single thing that I was going to put on top of it. Believing God is like putting the mortar and the bricks up and the frame up and having everything wired and have the plumbing going. But believing in God also comes with the risk that enemies will come against you. And I fault preachers for not telling the rest of their congregation that have become saved what to do. They don't teach prayer like the prayer that we're supposed to preach. Our Father who art in heaven. That is our only prayer. Because God sees what's in our heart and what's in our mind. And when I address that with many pastors, they have nothing to say. When I confront them with revelations, they have nothing to say. When I speak to other individuals and I'm on target, they have nothing to say. It's a reason why I believe that when truth enters the room and begin to speak, all things go quiet. All the liars go quiet. It happened to me just recently on Facebook. Someone said I said something that I didn't say. They told me I didn't remember the conversation. So verbatim, I repeated a part of the conversation. They had nothing to say after that. Because I am who I am, I absorb knowledge, I absorb confrontation, I absorb the essence of peace, I absorb what is around me. Because it concerns me. My job is to do God's will wherever He makes me do God's will. Wherever He takes me to, I must do God's will. Anyone who knows me for real knows that I will do everything in my power for you. That I'm always praying for you. That you're always on my mind. If I dated you, I gave you all that I could possibly give besides my soul. Because I can't give my soul up. I refuse to for love, because that's not love. I don't believe in arguments, and I try not to get over passionate and worked up, but there's times that I have not had arguments. But there are also times that I just shut off everything. Whether it's being on the computer watching TV, I just shut everything off to allow the Spirit of the Lord to move in and speak to me. I know I'm going down the right road when people have nothing to say to me. I know I'm going down the right road when people are contesting my decisions. I'm knowing that I'm going down the right road when people say that I believe that the world revolves around me. I don't. I believe the world revolves around God, and there are certain things that we must do as a people to ensure that we're not losing the people. I spend my time training those who the Spirit of discernment says are leaders to believe in themselves and have confidence and to do what they need to do. I believe that I shall not fail. I believe that everything about me speaks about love and truth. I'm a poet. I only write about love. I don't write about angry love and breakups and all that stuff. I write about true love, love itself, because it's powerful. I'm human. I make mistakes. I have flaws. It's the reason why I don't judge anybody. Because if I did it, I know you probably done it or going to do it. I used to say that I felt every emotion there is in the world. Because I have. The feeling of being up so high that there is no coming down. The feeling that you are so low and so weak that you cannot fight back. The feeling of being in love, that it scares you. The feeling that everyone is out to get you, out to destroy you. They say, Jay, you see stuff way before it happens. That's my job. To move when God moves. My loyalty is to God, not to a friendship, not to anybody, not even the person that I love, and that's my lover, or my mother, or my father, or my brother, or my sister. It's my job to remain on the side of the Lord and listen to the Lord and do the things that the Lord asks me to do. It is powerful. It's unmistakable. It's a gift and it's a curse. It's a gift because I can feel things and sense things and know things that nobody else is supposed to know. And I don't know I'm right until it's revealed and it comes out into the light. But it's also a curse because these things that enter my mind, I don't want to be that person where it's entering the mind and I must speak it and it's on my heart and it's just a terrible feeling. It's like a wrestling match with myself because one part of me knows that I have to do it, and the other part of me is weeping and sobbing because doing it means that something's going to change in my life once again. But I always do what I am required to do. There are those who have been mad with me and is mad with me right now because of the choices that I have made within the last 2 years. And to them I say, I am who I am. I'm loyal to God. That my destination is not the gates of heaven. My destination is to open the door to those who belong in the kingdom of God. I don't do what I do to receive a reward or a pat on the back or a thank you or any of those things. Those things are nice, but I do what I do because it's important. I do what I do because it is who I am. It is what I am. I have my selfish moments. I have my battles with myself. But those battles are worked through a system that I've created within my heart and in my soul called EAO, Event, Action, and Outcome. I've learned how to tame myself from doing things that are not right. Sometimes I have nothing to say. And it's not because you have done something wrong. It's not because, I haven't been spending time with you. It's not because you think that I think I'm everything, that I'm just the world itself. It's because every time I go through an event in my life, I must analyze it so that when that event returns, that I can be able to say, okay, I did the wrong thing the last time, I'm going the other direction. I see the warning signs of God, so I go the other direction. The direction that He is leading me to. That's a theory you have to survive in this world. That and making sure that the people in your life are not doing 2, 3 different jobs to make you happy. It's like building a house. Each one of them have one responsibility and one responsibility only, to ensure that the house is worked on properly. A plumber can't do electricity. A plumber can't hang up drywall. They're there for one purpose, and that's working on the plumbing. I say run your life like a business. Each person has a job to do. And when you give them that job, you explain it to them that that's the reason why they have that job. It's because you tell me the truth. It's because you make me laugh. It's because you give me good advice. It's because you know me so well and you know what I want to do. Each person in your life must serve a purpose or they must be gone. That's simple. In my life, I call them the council because I go to them with everything, listen to their opinions, and then at the end of the day, I make my decision based on what the council have told me, based on what I'm feeling, based on what the Lord is telling me, and then I act. Sometimes I have nothing to say, but that doesn't mean I don't believe that there is something to be said.